and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm John.
I probably should have timed that better so you were drinking.
No,
I should have stretched.
I think that's my bit.
Is that your bit that you're always like?
When you introduce me, I always have a bit. That's how we brought. That's what we did. This is kind of something we kind of fell into. This is what's called podcast gold.
Oh, is this what this is?
Officially called. You get a. Yeah, this is when people are looking for good podcasts. This is what they want. This is how they want it.
Exactly. I could see it.
So this is how you get podcast awards, of which there are very few.
Oh, yes.
And they only go to like the same 10 nerds. But welcome to the show. I just want to talk about some trailers we just watched. Yeah,
we're going to talk about some trailers, honestly, because I don't think there's a lot to talk about in the book.
No, there's really not. Well, first of which was the Captain America Brave New World.
Okay.
Thing, which I'm disappointed that they didn't go with the original title.
Which was what?
New World Order.
Oh, they should have.
They should have.
Because then it could have been Captain America NWO.
Yeah, it's like for life.
For life, and then it could have just been the NWO song.
Yeah, like Sam Wilson could have came out doing the Scott Hall walk, and he's playing the Shield like a guitar, like Hogan used to.
That'd be amazing. You know what? Better movie.
Or multiple times during the movie, we hear Ministry's NWO.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, I would love that.
I would be very happy. I would enjoy if there's a Ministry Marvel crossover. I would.
That'd be great.
I'd be like, thumbs up.
Well, I love a crossover because today, what did I just show you?
Oh yeah, tell them
that to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Downward Spiral. Please, God, fucking kill me.
He's so old. He's 40.
Oh, we're all so old. 30th anniversary of Nine Inch Nails album, The Downward Spiral. They're going to do a collaboration with Doc Martens to create a boot and some shoes and stuff, which I'm sure is going to be like $300, but I still want.
I mean, if there's a fancy boot, if there's a
Nine Inch Nails boot.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the boot to buy.
Right.
I feel like you would kind of need to indulge in that if that's what you decide to do.
But we'll see how much they cost. Because they're not available yet. But yeah, so anyway, this trailer.
So Captain America, Brave New World. It's basically Sam Wilson, who was Falcon, is now Captain America, which came out of Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And also at the end of whatever the last big Marvel.
Was Infinity War?
Yeah, because Captain America
became old. And
he's old. So now he's not there. So then
he became Joe Biden.
He became Joe Biden 100%. And then we had Falcon Winter Soldier. And now we have Falcon as Captain America.
Harrison Ford is now
extremely old.
Extremely old. He's old too. He's also going to be in collaboration with Doc Martens.
You know what really sucks is because I was watching that trailer and I was like, even in fiction, we can't have a young president.
No,
just all old dudes.
No, we're just having crust.
Just old men.
So William Hurt played Thunderbolt Ross, who was I guess went on to become president.
Sure.
William Hurt passed away a couple years ago.
Okay.
So apparently Harrison Ford was like, I'll do it.
There was a part in that trailer where Harrison Ford was just like,
he sounded like Vince McMahon.
And I was like, I literally have no fucking clue what he just said.
No, I didn't either. I can't actually tell you what he said there. I think he was like,
it's just grumbling.
Oh, there's subtitles for him. Just
he needs them.
It's not even like a hearing thing. It's just like he just has subtitles. He's just like, yeah. So you know that's gonna be a thing where people are gonna see that movie and be like, I couldn't understand a thing he said.
I literally didn't understand it in the trailer. Just that one part. The rest of it I did, but I was like, literally the first time he talks to him in the trailer, I'm like, I got nothing. I don't know what the hell he just said. Yeah. And I do not want to go back.
Because now it's like Yeah, he sounds like Vince McMahon does now.
That's what happens to old people.
Yeah, you get
one day.
You get old mouth.
One day we will all have old mouth.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna be like doing his podcast like.
I assume I will just turn into B. Arthur.
Yeah. I don't know who I'm gonna turn into.
I will just.
Who's my celebrity old guy?
I don't know, but I'm assuming I will turn into B. Arthur at one point.
Okay.
Which actually isn't too bad.
No, it's actually pretty good. Actually,
I don't mind that at all.
Actually, I would appreciate a good B. Arthuring.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well.
If that's where we're headed. You know?
Mean,
I just wonder who I'm gonna be.
Oh,
like,
I don't know.
Who's my old guy avatar?
You're probably gonna Vince McMahon it.
I don't want to be Vince McMahon because I have to already be like juice and hard.
No. I just mean like.
Oh no, I'm talking like
wrestling.
That's true. I'm gonna be old guy wrestling.
I mean, because you don't want to be Ric Flair.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Don't want to be Ric Flair. It's not good to be Ric Flair these days.
No.
Anyways, so the wings. The trailer. So basically the trailers of stuff's going on. It's only a teaser. It's a teaser.
It's a teaser. So they want to make Captain America like an official military role for, like a general, but like I guess there's only one. And so now he's like hanging out with the president and whatever, and then the president almost gets killed, and then like a whole bunch of things happen and things collapse, and then at the very end of the trailer we see Red Hulk.
Well, you kind of see it in the poster too, because the Hulk.
Oh, because he's holding the thing. Yeah, but if you just watch the trailer, you don't see that poster.
You see him for a second because that's in the comics. Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross becomes Red Hulk, I believe. I don't know much about Red Hulk except
I don't either, actually.
Except he's red. It's one of those things where it's like happened in comics in like
I need an explainer.
2000s or whatever, and it's just something that like I wasn't around for.
Well, it's one of those things that I feel like I need an explainer. Where it's like Green Hulk.
Well, you probably find that online.
I'm sure there's a wiki. Green Hulk does this. Red Hulk does this. Gray Hulk does this.
What about Blue Hulk?
Is there a Blue Hulk?
There's kind of was. There was a.
Is there a Yellow Hulk?
Rick Jones became A-Bomb, who's kind of a Blue Hulk.
I mean, so basically, like, is this Marvel's version of all the fucking lanterns? Because they're all fucking different colors.
Yep.
Is there an Orange Hulk?
No, but there could be.
A Yellow Hulk.
You could technically kind of look at some of Hulk's villains and as rogues and some of his supporting characters and kind of like place them in those roles too. Because there's a guy called Bi-Beast.
Okay.
And he's an orange guy that's like a Hulk.
Oh.
He just has two heads on top of each other.
Like stacked?
Yeah, so he's got like a full head, and then there's right above his head, there's another mouth, set of eyes, and it's all connected.
So it's like one of those pumpkin things I buy for Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But in a guy.
But in a guy.
And a big guy.
Oh, man.
So yeah, but there's that. So he's orange.
Oh, okay.
And who's the purple guy? Actually reminds me of... I think
that's just Mr. Purple.
No, I'm talking like he has to be a big purple.
Oh, you're looking for a big... Abomination's not purple.
No, he's green. But I remember in Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they had a bit where it was Halloween and Meatwad was going as... He had like a little like face mask. He was the Incredible Prune, which was just a purple Hulk kind of character.
That's really funny.
Or so, I forget it was something prune or something. He was just a purple guy. So yeah, so there's that. But yeah, I will have to see. We'll have to see what the other colors of the Hulk will be. But yeah, so that's in that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And also there's a scene that there's a lot of stuff that's kind of flashing through.
Yes.
For a second, I saw a guy on a phone with a hat, and he's facing out the window, and he kind of looked like he had like weird skin.
Yeah, it looked like he was wearing like a fedora kind of.
Yeah, he's wearing a fedora, but he might be somebody. Maybe it's a Red Skull again.
Maybe. I'm sure he's somebody.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who wears a hat?
Yeah. Who wears a hat?
Yeah.
Turner D. Century. He's back. He's coming.
Oh, shit. Maybe it's a crossover between the Ninja Turtles. Maybe we saw them from the back wearing a trench coat and a hat.
He's going to whip off that. They're going to whip off that stuff and be Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, it's going to be fucking Donatello.
Oh, no.
And it's a crossover. That actually might be kind of fun.
He's gonna throw a pizza at Captain America. Captain like a shield.
Anthony Mackie just gets a piece of fucking pizza to the face.
Yeah, because he goes to the comics and the toys, like they just have like things that shoot pizzas like Captain America.
That's
shields.
True. They do.
So they could be lethal.
Oh man, maybe they'll combine into one.
Ooh, a delicious shield pizza?
Yeah.
Like you throws it in. Actually, it'd be great if it was like a real fat Captain America and he threw the shield and he got back and went, oh.
I mean, we had Fat Thor. We might as well have Fat Captain America.
We do it. Yeah, the fat Avengers. Where are the fat Avengers?
Bring me the fat Avengers.
Bring me. I want Ant-Man, but just a little ball. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the fat Avengers. Actually, I think the fat Avengers would do really well at the box office. I think if you're just like, guys, it's the Avengers, but they're all fat, we'd be like, you know what? See you there.
I'm like, sold. Sold. You already sold me a ticket.
They're going to shawarma, and there's like 13. They go to shawarma, eat shawarma like 13 times.
Nice.
Giancarlo Esposito's in there.
He looks like a fucking badass in that.
He looks like a badass. Rumor has it that he's playing GW Bridge.
Okay.
GW Bridge, for most people don't know, he's a friend of Cable's who was around in the 90s. He's a SHIELD guy.
Okay.
For what I know about him is that he is one of the biggest Toy Biz X-Force peg warmers.
Oh, okay.
So when it came out, because he came out in like series 1 or series 2.
So no one bought his toy.
And nobody bought, because he was like in the comics probably, but nobody cared because he was just a guy.
Right.
Looking like, he had like a white, he basically looked like Blade, but he had white hair and a white goatee.
Okay. Nice, cool.
That kind of hair. And he came with a gun that made like little noises. But we moved like a lever.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it. That was just him. And he was just some dude. He wasn't Cable with like some cool outfit or cool gimmick or whatever. Or he wasn't Shatterstar or whatever. He was just GW Bridge.
Yeah.
George Washington Bridge is his
name is George Washington Bridge?
Yes. I think it's his legit name.
But there is a George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, but he's the person.
Oh.
There's the bridge and then there's the person. You don't want to get those
This becomes the shittiest version of Who's on First anybody's ever heard.
Yeah, right. So and the other thing I want to mention, there's a point in the trailer where Captain America's throwing the shield, and it looks like the way they cut it together looks like he's throwing the shield so hard it's decimating the White House.
Nice.
Which I'm like, maybe?
I'm like, nice.
Okay.
Well, no, but I did want to say one thing about Giancarlo Esposito, blah, 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 can't talk, in that there's a really sweet shot of him. And it's almost like from the bottom and upside down where he like opens his gun and like the bullets fall. Dude, he looks fucking cool.
Dude, every shot of him in that trailer, he looks like a fucking badass.
Absolutely. I'm like, that is the coolest guy in this entire fucking movie.
He's fucking bringing it. But also the other one, we got to talk about Agatha all along.
Yep.
So I'll actually let you talk about this a little bit because this is more you.
Well, I just happened to see it come out. Obviously, Agatha Harkness from the WandaVision franchise played by Kathryn Hahn. And now she's going to get her own show. And I didn't really know what to expect because I was kind of like, okay, everybody's getting their own fucking show. Do I actually care? But it's coming out like around Halloween. And it's basically like her reclaiming her witch powers and hanging out with a coven.
So I don't remember how or whatever happened where she wasn't a witch, or I can't remember what happened at the end of WandaVision where
did she
like
fight?
Obviously they fought, but did she like relinquish her witchdom?
No, I think something happened where Wanda fighting her kind of absorbed her power. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
I don't exactly remember what happened. She was defeated. And then she was, I guess, in this thing, she's kind of like still living in the WandaVision fantasy, and she has to break out of it. And then she's in the beginning, she's still in the fantasy? Yeah, that's when Aubrey Plaza shows up and she's like, is this really how you see yourself?
Because she sees herself as like a detective.
Yeah, it's like the X-Files, shit going on, which actually would have been sweet. But and she's like, you got to fight your way out of this.
Look like Mayor of Easttown for a second. Anyways.
Yeah, 100% it does. So then she like hooks up with like her coven friends, which you were looking up a bunch of people who were in it.
There's a bunch of people that are in it, and there's only a few that are notable. One of which I forgot which one this was, but I think it's the one that Patty LuPone is playing.
Right.
Motherfucking Patty LuPone.
Patty LuPone's in this.
Yeah, Patty LuPone's in this.
That's insane.
Patty LuPone, she's mostly known for her stage work, but she is she's
a fucking legend.
Oh God. Well, she was the mother on Life Goes On. Yeah. That was the one thing that a lot of people that grew up in the 80s would know her from. And obviously she's been in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But she's awesome, and she's looking like she's, angry older Italian woman.
I'm here for it.
I'm like that, and she's a witch. So
here for it, yeah. Because they're like, apparently there's a witch road that like she has to walk, and assuming to get back to her full strength is my assumption, because it's not really clear. This is extremely my shit. It's witchy shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking spooky looking. It's got some weird Florence and the Machine, at least that's who it sounded like, song in the background.
I can see that.
I would have to Google it, but I'm pretty sure it was her. And I'm like, oh wait, this might be my shit.
Well, there's a part where they just, because they're just showing like a lot of like, because literally just one point where she's like, I think she kind of is like she does like a John Wick. She's like, I'm thinking I'm back. And she opens up like a floor or something like that to get her witch gear.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I'm like, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then they just show like this really fucked up demon guy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what the fuck?
I was like, what it's like, that thing, it looks kind of practical.
It does. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Like, I want to know. I want this to be dark as shit. I want this to be like the moment in Aquaman where he goes to the fucking water.
That was the best part of the whole fucking movie.
And there's those fucking monster demons.
Yeah, where it becomes like a horror movie for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, wait, I want to see that movie.
I do actually.
Apparently, there was supposed to be that movie, and then it never. They were going to actually make it about the trench beings.
Oh,
which that would have been fucking sweet.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, because that to me that was legitimately scary in that movie.
Maybe we should try to track this down in terms of Aquaman books. I wonder if that show where that comes from.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's just for the movie or if it's actually in the comics. I feel like
that could be. If Rob Kelly is listening, please write in, because you are the man who can answer these questions. But yeah, it's gonna be it looks pretty wild, and it's Halloween season, so
we're set in a fucking forest. People are wearing capes.
It feels nice and fall.
It does.
It just feels like there's nice crunchy leaves and wetness.
Yep
and I'm just like, yeah,
like there's mist and there's fucking fog. Yeah, no, that's why I saw that and I was like, wait a second, this might actually be my shit. So,
Can I live in this TV show?
I'd like to. Give me any of that. I would have lived in the early X-Files when they were all shooting in Vancouver and it was all sad and wet all the time.
Yeah, give me sad and wet, guy. give me the sad and wet verse.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, that looks badass.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward.
I'm hoping it actually delivers. I hope it's not one of these things that I watch and I'm like, why?
I just hope it's not something like Moon Knight where you're really excited for it and you feel like there's going to be something cool, but then it's really not. And
there were definitely cool parts of Moon Knight, but
I forgot that Moon Knight was a thing for a second, but yeah.
Like most Marvel shows, it was too long. And I hope this one does not.
How long is this one?
I don't know. I didn't even look.
Well, I think we're going to try to get it through Halloween at least, because it starts
September 18th. But hopefully, if it's weekly, I don't know.
Well, they said they're going to do like 2 episodes.
The first thing will be 2 episode drop.
Maybe an episode each month in October.
Each week, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think we're going past.
Oh no, probably November. Not past Halloween for sure.
So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it might, but I mean, as long as it's interesting, that's the thing. Like, don't give me these shows where like just nothing happens,
right?
For like 3 episodes, and then you try to cram a bunch of shit in at the last episode and act like we're supposed to enjoy it.
I know, and that's kind of what these shows suffer from all the time, because it's like still that, and we've talked about this before, but that's old mindset of like network gives you X number of shows, but you're not on a network. You're on streaming. You can literally do anything you want. You don't have to worry about it has to be this long because we've got a break for an advertiser or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if you can only tell it in 4 episodes, tell it in 4 episodes. Don't fucking drag this out if you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully, I'm just hoping it lives up to my expectations. At least the aesthetics will. We'll go with that.
I need to know more about this demon.
Yeah.
I need to see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Edward and Alphonse Elric, as a result of attempting the forbidden act of resurrecting their mother with alchemy, have paid the price. Edward lost an arm and a leg. Alphonse lost his whole body, his soul now attached to a suit of armor. Together they search for a way to make their bodies complete again and uncover a deadly plot by their country's military rulers. That's the concept of Hiromu Arakawa's Fullmetal Alchemist, one of the best manga ever made. Tim and Patrick are rereading Arakawa's masterwork in search of interesting sound effects, translation errors, goofy humor, and, oh yeah, a great story. The podcast is The Law of Equivalent Exchange, a chapter-by-chapter look at the manga Fullmetal Alchemist. New episodes every other Monday, wherever podcasts are found. What are you willing to exchange?
So, book.
Yes. A book. I'm going to tell us what book we're reading.
The very last issue of this Daredevil trade that we've been reading.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have finally reached the end of the Daredevil Marked for Death trade, and we're going to be doing issue number 164 from May 1980. So it's my birthday month.
Oh, shit.
And we are talking about Daredevil on the cover here. And he is very upset because he's in his Daredevil costume, but somehow he's holding his father's body. And his father's got... It's just the same picture.
It's on the cover of the trade.
On the cover of the trade, but in a different way. Mm-hmm. And his father's got the venom thing coming out of his chest.
And they're standing in the middle of the ring.
Standing in the middle of the boxing ring, and it's just called Antichrist's Father is the title.
It's a daddy issue book.
Literally a daddy issue.
It's a daddy issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically what we're dealing with here is... And this is the thing. As we've pointed out multiple times, that as we've kind of come to find out, this isn't really like an official arc of any kind.
No, the actual Marked for Death was the first 3 issues.
It was like the first 3 issues.
And then it was like Daredevil encounters the Hulk while fighting the newspaper man.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it becomes here in the end. So where we left off last time is Daredevil's in the hospital because he got his ass just absolutely decimated by Hulk.
Yeah, he got rocked by it. The story's called Expose. Roger McKenzie, writer, Frank Miller, the artist. Mm-hmm. So we're still in Frank Millerville here.
I do have to say, though, just as I say a lot of bad shit about Frank Miller in general, but the art in this book is great.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
Through this whole trade, it's great.
I never picture Frank Miller as an artist.
Neither do I.
Because for some reason, I know that that's the thing that he is. But
yeah, but I always see him as a writer.
Yeah, I'm always like, he's the guy that writes, Yeah. But it's like, oh no, he's an artist. He's a very talented one.
Yeah.
At that, right off the bat, we're looking at this shot of the Avengers bedside for Daredevil. You got Vision, Scarlet Witch. You got Natasha's here, Captain America, Thor without his helmet. He respectfully took off his helmet. He's looking like Triple H here.
Oh, he is. Absolutely. He's got that like blowing, lovely blonde locks.
Yeah, he's about to get signed by the WWE circa 2000 and 2003.
Oh, he's big, muscly, and he's got long hair.
Yo,
Vince McMahon just came.
He's going to be the new Test.
Like, shit, that one's dead. Get a new one.
I mean, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised when they fired Test the first time. They could have just got Thor to play the same guy. He's at the hair. And Beast is here too, which is kind of weird the way Beast is drawn because he just kind of looks like he's like fucking
sneaking
with his. He's like fucking with his bed or something. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of like also headlines at the same time where it's like, showing time is passing. Like he battles the Hulk, and then we see a bunch of superheroes.
Well, everybody's here, and Natasha's there, and
people keep switching out. So like the Fantastic Four show up.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is everybody's like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I like when the Fantastic Four's there because
Ben Grimm
just.
Side note, because I saw that poster for the Minions thing. Where one of the minions has the Rock skin like Ben Grimm does? What the fuck is going on in this Minions movie?
Wait, is it Minions or is it Despicable Me 4?
I don't know. It's a Minion.
Yeah, whatever.
Whichever one's in the theater right now.
Yeah.
But it has like the Rock skin.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on in that movie.
Is that a Disney? It's a Disney thing.
No, it's an Illumination. It's a Universal.
Why does it have the Rock skin?
I don't know. They're trying to get sued.
Oh.
They're trying to get.
Well, Disney does love to sue people, so
Disney's just like, hey, come on, you motherfuckers, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, all those cartoons or those cartoon movies like body horror, but this one seems like
no, that's absolutely terrifying,
especially brutal.
Yeah, a lot of those Minion movies are body horror.
Well, just the Minions themselves and the fact they exist is something. I'm
very confused.
Terrifying situation.
Well, we just had to watch the one where they turn purple, and that's terrifying.
No.
No, thank you.
Don't want that.
Nope, don't want that. So anyway, everybody's coming to visit. Natasha's always there, and she's sad. Eventually, Daredevil, who, yes, by the way, is wearing his cowl.
Yes.
As I questioned, like, what's going on with that? And he has a bandage over the cowl.
Yes, as we pointed out last week, it's just he's got the
bandage over the
full
cowl
head wrapped.
So he wakes up, and Natasha's like, "Yay, you're awake!" But guess who comes through the door just as he wakes up? Our buddy, the journalist.
Ben Urich's here. And as he's coming in, Natasha's like, "Yo, get the fuck out!" And this poor nurse looks like she's getting body checked here.
Oh yeah,
it looks like Natasha's kind of pointing and she knocked her over.
Yeah, it looks like she slapped her across the face.
Yeah, but and Daredevil's like, "No, Ben Urich's cool. I'm gonna talk. Let me talk to him."
Yeah, and Natasha, who's been sitting dutifully by this man's side, now has to leave the room.
Yeah, no, she's like, "You just woke up," and she's like, "I want to spend time with you because of you
almost died.
You almost died." And he's like, "No, I want to talk to this guy."
Yeah, we also get this like Daredevil being like, "Look at my thighs."
I was gonna say, I just noticed this.
Look at my thighs.
Look at Frank Miller drawing these thighs. These are some juicy thighs.
Those are some again. What wouldn't Vince McMahon do to sign this man?
Oh my God, these quads.
Look at those.
Yeah, why is he not just wearing trunks when he fights?
He should be. Look at those legs.
Look at those legs. And also look at his flip-flops.
Those little slippers.
These little slippers or whatever.
Yeah, I find this very funny because we end up having a very deep conversation with our friend Ben here. Daredevil is going to eventually sit on a windowsill. And he's wearing a hospital gown. So dude's just freeballing. He's hanging brain in front of this guy.
He's hanging brain on the sill.
And he doesn't seem to care.
Just juicy legs and juicy balls. Or whatever.
So
I actually want a Marvel Legends figure of Daredevil
with those thighs.
I want Hospital Daredevil
with those fucking thighs.
with them thighs. And with them big.
Yeah,
he looks like he's about to wrestle the Von Erichs. I mean,
he really does.
It's amazing.
I feel like him and Big E could have a thigh off.
Oh man, that'd be great. That'd be a great way to integrate the WWE into the Marvel universe. Just have wrestlers comparing thighs to superheroes.
Absolutely.
I don't know where we're going with it, but we'll get there.
That'd be fun.
It'll be great.
It'd be great. So Ben's like, "Hey, I know you're Matt Murdock." And he's like, "No, that's crazy." He's like, "All right, so tell me what this picture is." And of course, Daredevil like caves immediately.
Yeah.
He's like, "Nope, you're right. I am Matt Murdock and I am blind." And I was like, really?
Literally, I kind of double check because he's like, Ben Urich's like, "You're Matt Murdock." He's like, "Come on, man. I'm not Matt Murdock." He's like, well, what's because he's holding up a picture of his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's on this picture?" And
Daredevil's like, "I don't want to play games." Oh, wait.
He's like, "No,
I'm actually blind."
I think he could kind of see what this picture is.
Yeah, I think, doesn't he have to like get closer?
Well, he's close enough. Yeah, I think he can kind of see it.
But he just immediately caves. I'm like, good job. Like, I don't know. It's kind of odd.
That's good reporting, man. That guy, he gets the scoops.
It is, but I think it's a little bit odd for at the end of this book just to have him cave like that. And then, of course, we have to go through the whole...
Bruce Wayne does it all the time.
Well, Bruce Wayne does it to people he's fucking. Unless he's... I mean, maybe that's why Daredevil's hanging brain. Maybe he wants to fuck this guy.
I don't know. He's
like, "I love you, Ben Urich."
Ben Urich, to write an article about my juicy gams.
Yeah, or maybe he's like, "Hey, this is like internet dating before internet dating. Like, write up a nice profile for me so the ladies know
oh, boy,
what I'm working with."
Man, Matt Murdock's Tinder profile.
Yeah. So basically we just go through Daredevil's origin.
Yeah, this is just an origin story. It's because Matt Murdock's like, basically, instead of like, he's like, "Here's your dad," and Matt Murdock's like, "Fine, I'm Matt Murdock, but let me tell you the story."
He's like,
life.
My dad was a boxer and he got involved with the mob.
He got involved
with I ended up getting blind, and then my dad got murdered because he refused to take a dive.
The end.
That's literally what it is. Though I do, if the mob tells you to take a dive, take a dive.
Well, you're getting the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The mafia tells you to take a dive. You take a dive.
Because here's the thing. Okay, we'll get to it.
He's like, I want Matt to be proud of me. I'm like, well, he can't really be proud of you now that you're dead.
Yeah.
But okay.
Well, we'll get to that eventually. But Matt Murdock is, like he does have a mother, but Daredevil, Jack Murdock's raising his son, and he's like, "Hey, get an education, be smart, don't be like your father, getting punched." And he's like, okay, Dad, I will. But he's he's not popular in school. He's getting really pushed here. The kids are doing that thing where somebody stands behind you and they push you.
Yeah.
But you also got, I just like these disgusting little shit boys.
Oh yeah.
You have shirtless boy in jorts.
Why
over here? I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming this is during school hours, but this kid
it's such a weird drawing because it looks like he's standing in a doorway.
Where? Over here?
See a shirtless boy because you can see like the building.
Oh, they're standing behind a building. You can kind of see the skyline.
Oh, that's what that's supposed to be. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they're standing in like they're behind like a building or whatever.
Yeah,
they're doing this kid, Bat Murdock's taking a bump. And you also got this kid here with a fucking distended stomach.
Oh yeah, that's Beer Belly Kid.
Yeah, Beer Belly Kid.
It's very funny to read these like modern day because this is supposed to be set in Hell's Kitchen when it was a fucking nightmare, which has not been for decades at this point.
Yeah.
But this is supposed to be when it was like really rough and tumble New York, and which now it's just like fucking Disneyland.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we don't have shirtless jort boy hanging out.
There's no distended belly children.
Is this John Cena?
That probably.
no, John.
That can't be John Cena because I can see him.
Oh, that's right. He should have been a little outline like Sue Storm.
Yeah, he should have been like little dashes.
Why is that kid invisible? Oh, it's John Cena. That's
Cena.
Oh, it makes sense. John Cena first appeared in a Daredevil comic. He wasn't born and raised in Massachusetts. He first appeared in a Daredevil comic.
He did. That's how he came to be.
That's how he came into existence.
I still like that. It was like some sort of like Grand Theft Auto thing.
Oh, the thing with the mod where it's just John Cena.
They're like, and his name is John Cena, and he just flies into people, and they all fall over like bowling pins. It's kind of amusing.
I just like when he hits the side of trucks, and his body's just like, it's like John Cena. It's like, man, it looks like fun.
It does.
But yeah, so Matt Murdock gets the idea. He's like, hey, I'm getting pushed around in school. How about I become real buff and I learn how to box, but I'm still going to be smart. And then my dad, he's getting into some shit. There's this manager that people don't want him to sign with. He's like, stay away from this guy. This guy's Sweeney or something.
Sure.
They're like, don't hang out with this guy. And he's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to be a good boxer and I'm old.
Yeah.
Like he's probably in his 40s, but he's still, he still wants to provide for his son. That's how he's going to do it because he's, that's all he ever knows how to do. And Matt Murdock, Jack Murdock goes to this, apparently the sky-rise building where this boxing promoter works. It's actually kind of like a real like hard. This is a real kind of like power move kind of thing here where this guy goes to hand Jack the contract. Right. He drops it on the ground
and then puts his foot on it.
And then he just stands over it. It drops a pen at him. He's like, sign it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
So he does. And then there's like a military vehicle driving apparently through the city, I guess. And they're like, oh, we're carrying possibly an atomic bomb. Maybe, ? And the driver has a heart attack. And everybody's outside and the car comes swerving. And Matt sees this old blind man who doesn't see the car. So he jumps and pushes him out of the way. The car explodes. And then I don't know what is this?
What happens is he pushes him out of the way. And some of they were carrying these isotopes.
Yeah. So he turns and he opens his eyes and it's like right in front of him. It's like the last thing
whatever his
saw.
Container is like explodes and one of them just hits Matt Murdock right in the face.
Yeah.
And that blinds him.
Yes.
But it also provides him with heightened senses, so he can, read the newspaper, not just by Braille. He can obviously do Braille.
Yeah.
I assume he does Braille, but he can also read the newspaper just by touching.
He can feel the impressions
of the letters.
He'd be so screwed with laser printing because I don't think it leaves the same impressions.
He's not gonna be able to do it. You can't do PDFs.
Oh no.
He's totally out of it.
Nope.
But he's like, I cannot tell. I can recognize any girl by the perfume and a man by an aftershave.
My favorite part though is he's like, I can even tell how many grains of salt are on a pretzel.
Yeah, this is where Frank Miller draws Matt Murdock's mouth eating a pretzel, just kind of lipping it. He's like,
yeah. He's literally just not putting it in his mouth the normal way. He's like kissing
why is he doing it that way? He's kind of doing it like vertically.
Yeah, like vertically.
I don't typically eat them that way. I don't do them up and down and go, you know, like it's, unless it was like a pretzel rod.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. And I also picture Matt Murdock being like picking it up and licking it and being like, oh, this one only has like 17 grains of salt. I like the ones that have, you know, at least 35.
Excuse me,
like
do you have extra grainy pretzels?
He has like a preference.
Matt Murdock, pretzel snob.
He is, apparently, because he could tell this thing. He's like, once I smell something, I never forget it.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, he smells things so good, you know. He
I mean, that would be great for things that smell good, but what about things that smell bad?
That too, that's a problem.
That would be a problem.
He knows when stinky people are coming his way, you know. He knows if you haven't showered in a couple days.
Yeah.
You can smell, he's like, man.
Or just think about a hot New York fucking summer.
He's in the worst place to have a good sense of smell.
And the garbage is still out or whatever, and it just stinks.
How's he not walking through the city just be like,
Pretty much. All the time.
It stinks. But he also has a radar sense, which he can sense people around him. He has the way to kind of tell that. But yeah, then here he is sitting on the windowsill and he's talking about his dad, and his dad is going on a tear, you know, beating up a guy. Apparently looks like he's beating up like Morgan Freeman here too. Just another old they're old dude, you know.
He's kicking Morgan Freeman's ass. Why?
I don't know. Apparently that's what the people want. They want to see Morgan Freeman be Matt Murdock's dad.
Morgan Freeman be like, I've played God.
I can beat you. I was God.
I've been God more than once.
That's right.
Therefore, I am unbeatable.
I'll get my friends. The penguins that I narrated to come fight you.
That would actually be really funny if somebody was trying to kick Morgan Freeman's ass and it's just like, all of a sudden it's like, what is that sound? And it's just like a fucking 800 penguins just come up over a hill.
Yeah, like he's going like Morgan Freeman's just going down a dark alley, you know, and some guy's like, hey, give me your money. And he's like, I don't know if you want to do that.
What sound? Do they go, well, like, what sound does a penguin make? I think they go,
I don't know. I kind of like this gritty reboot of March of the Penguins.
And then somehow this makes Morgan Freeman the Penguin.
No. Wow.
Because he's hanging out.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey,
wow.
I'm tired of being Lucius Fox. I'm going to be the Penguin now. Fuck you, Bruce Wayne. I took over Wayne Tech, and now I'm going to use his tech to...
He doesn't have to use his tech. He just uses the sound of his voice.
Yeah, that's right.
The soothing sound of his voice calls the penguins to him.
Go kill Joker.
Sweet.
I did what Batman couldn't do. He killed the Joker. I killed him with a bunch of penguins. They stuck him right in his eye. I do. Yeah, actually, I like this. I like the. Is that going to be how that?
That penguin show?
Max is going to. It's just going to be like. It's just going to be at the end. He's just going to be like, you know what? This isn't. Because Colin Farrell's the penguin's just going to be like, this isn't for me. Hey, Lucius Fox, you want a piece of this?
That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to end with him placing a call.
Well, we don't know who it is in the next season. It's Lucius Fox.
Oh shit!
It's Morgan Freeman.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That sounds sick.
It does.
Man, why don't we write these shows?
This is a really good question.
Why aren't they giving us...
Somebody needs to give us money to create this, because obviously we have just created an Emmy-winning television show.
I will either take money to create this, or I'll take money to stay away from it.
Oh, yeah, either one.
I will take hush money.
Either one. I will happily, if you want to pay me to never talk about this again, right. I will happily take your money.
I will gladly take, I'll take six figures. So Matt Murdock's dad, he's going to fight like this big bald dude, this big guy, the champ, at Rocky Davis at Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
This fight, though, they want him to throw the fight,
right? Because
they want to, that's how Mom wants to do it, or whoever they work for, whatever.
He refuses.
He's fighting.
He's not taking the money to shut the fuck up.
That's right. No, he's doing the opposite of this. He should have taken the money.
Yeah, we'll happily take them.
I'll happily take the money to get. I don't know, man. Like, I'd have to get into a position to be a really good boxer to get punched.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, if somebody,
I would gladly take a dive as a boxer.
Absolutely, of course I would. Of course I would. I would suck as a boxer anyway, but if you want to pay me to take a dive, I would. We'll throw trivia games, like whatever you want.
This sounds like a Mr. Show sketch.
It does.
Or it sounds like a sketch of some
somebody
sort.
pays you to like not know the answers to pop culture trivia.
And then this person just comes in with a bag of money with a dollar sign.
Well, it has to. Yeah, it's a burlap sack with a dollar sign.
And then they walk out and you go, thank you.
And you go, nice. Nice. That person won the free beer.
Ooh,
Where I walked away with $100,000.
I could have had a free beer or I could have had
$100,000.
$100,000. I took the money.
Yeah.
Anyways, Matt Murdock. So I keep trying to say Matt,
money, money
Jack
could buy us many beers. Explain.
So Jack is getting his ass kicked, but then he's like, fuck it, I'm going to win. And he starts coming back at him.
He's screaming about Matt being proud of him.
The guy is on the side there, and he's like, take the dive. And he's like, fuck that. And he gets up and he starts rocking this dude. You see the whole time he's yelling about, my son. I won't let my son down. It's a very chatty boxing match.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like most boxing matches like that because you're so out of breath because you're punching a dude.
Well, I'm assuming those guys are conditioned.
Yeah, even if you're conditioned, though. I mean, I mean, Floyd Mayweather is not talking shit his entire match. He's.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because you could do with what, like, people like Beyonce and stuff do, which is they sing while they exercise. Where they're like exercising, like riding bikes and stuff. So they have that like breath control to be able to dance the whole time. Which
is actually awesome. That's why those people are great.
Yeah.
But so Matt wins. Matt Murdock's that Jack wins. He's in the ring. And it's like, this was for you, Matt. And then right after the fight, he's out in the alley, and then just some guy comes up behind him. He's like, this one's for you, bum. After he shoots him,
right?
Which I'm like, he's probably heard of the ring. He's like, I'm gonna say a line.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna shoot that guy and say a line. So, anyways, Matt's dead. His father's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Cage is very interested now in being Daredevil's father. Matt is like, well, I'm going to do something about this,
right?
And he crashes this hideout where these fixers are, or whatever these people are, and the people responsible, and he's wearing his yellow costume, which is what he wore when he first started.
Kind of looks like mustard and ketchup.
It's a very interesting costume.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
It's not terrible.
No,
it's not terrible.
It's very yellow.
Like, he beats the shit out of these dudes. He drop kicks like dudes down the stairs. This is kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So then eventually Daredevil runs into the Sweeney guy,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, now you and I are gonna have a showdown. We're gonna box.
Yeah,
and he's like, it's time to pay the devil he's due.
Right. And he's punching this guy. And this guy's like, no, don't hit me, and he hits him again.
Yeah, I like that. He's like, don't hit me, punch.
Yeah.
And then there's one other guy, and this guy's like, I'm running from them. I'm going to hide in the subway.
Right.
And
Daredevil just like...
This is Sweeney. This is the main guy.
Yeah, and he just like literally like emerges, kind of like Batman, out of the darkness from behind him. And you can see the drawing of the guy's heart. Scares him so much, he has a heart attack and dies.
Yep. The guy just...
R.I.P.D.
conks out right there in the subway.
Yep.
And Matt Murdock's like, well, and that's how I did. I killed a bunch of people. I killed a dude. And
no, I didn't mean to kill that guy.
Didn't mean to kill the guy. I just kind of scared him because I was wearing horns.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm dressed like a devil.
I'm a devil.
Yeah. And then so Ben's like, you know what? I don't want to write this story. And he like lights it on fire. Because he's smoking in the hospital. Because this is 1980.
He sure is.
Because you better believe you could smoke in a fucking hospital in 1980.
ICU, and he's just like,
and so
just blowing smoke and some person in traction. Just
he's like, I'll keep your identity safe, and that's the end of it. I actually saw something like on Twitter the other day where somebody was like, I'm watching the first or second Beverly Hills Cop, and they were like, people really smoked indoors, and everybody was like, oh, you have no idea.
You don't. You don't. Come on,
know.
Man.
And we were even born like 20 years after the people were really smoking indoors, when they're smoking in fucking office buildings and shit.
Everybody smoked, man.
Everybody smoked.
You watch Mad Men, that's all they fucking did.
Literally.
But you're saying it got to the 80s, you're smoking just about everywhere, just ashtrays.
Yeah.
Just clear marble those marbled ashtrays sitting around everywhere.
Even if your parents didn't smoke, you made them an ashtray in school.
That's right. You're making those ashtrays. You're like pottery. You're like pottery time. You're like
ashtray.
Ashtray. My grandpa smokes. Here's an ashtray.
Even if they didn't, they were like, here's an ashtray.
You can write Pall Mall on it. Here's an ashtray. Yeah. Man. That's right. How do we not die?
I don't know, because I'm like, I still remember walking into like fucking Denny's with my parents and then being like, smoking or not? And like, you tell them what side of the restaurant you wanted to sit on.
As if it mattered.
Exactly. It did not fucking matter. There was nothing stopping it. You were just on that side.
He's like, oh, yeah, that smoke will come over here.
Yeah, no. Oh, absolutely not.
My moves over my hammy will not be.
In this contained tiny ass Denny's, the smoke is not coming over here.
So much carcinogen in my super bird or whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, my dad, I remember like McDonald's, man. You could smoke.
Oh, yes. I remember the ashtrays on the table.
McDonald's, just put those cigarettes out right in Ronald McDonald's hair.
They had those black ashtrays, those plastic black ashtrays. I remember them.
Come here, Grimace. Ah!
Yeah, and people just sit there fucking smoking at a goddamn McDonald's.
Smoking your
on an airplane.
Down in nugs.
Oh, I don't know how we're not dead.
But that's how this ends. Actually, we just end with.
That's it. He walks out.
Yeah, Ben Urich walks out smoking in hospital. He says, "This one's for you, Matt," because after he burns this thing. And next issue is the arms of the octopus, and you just kind of get like a shadow of Dr. Octopus. So Daredevil v. Dr. Octopus in the next issue.
Nice. And
then we also just at the very end here, we just get a random pinup from the cover of a Daredevil 164. Well, I guess apparently it was supposed to. I think since they skipped an issue.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It was supposed to be whatever this issue was. So it's Matt versus Daredevil versus the Jaguar that we talked about last issue.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's the end of Daredevil 164 from May 1980.
End of the trade. So we are moving on next week. What do you think about all of this? Because we haven't really talked about Daredevil a ton on the show. We did episodes with him. You know, there's been like issues with him, but we never really I feel like we never really embraced him that much. Sure. I mean, I like Daredevil well enough. You know, I have no ill will towards Daredevil as a character. I'd probably read more about him. I do think though, this particular trade, I understand they want to put 5 issues in it because why would you not? Because you have to make an actual trade. However, this is really only a 3-issue story.
Yeah, it's very thin.
With like 2 things stuck to the back. So
yeah, it's a very loose thread.
Yeah, and it's fine. I think the art in this book's great. There's a lot of really great drawings that I pointed out earlier. I don't know. Yeah, Daredevil is a guy.
He's definitely a guy. No, I'm digging it. I dig it. And I kind of feel like, again, Daredevil's a thing that I need to get involved with more at some point. There's a lot of it to be covered. And, you know, he's a very interesting character. He's a good Catholic boy. I mean, I know eventually, like, a lot of shit happens where he ends up becoming, like, you know, like a ninja leader and shit.
Oh, yeah. All sorts of wacky things.
Now, like, I think Elektra is Daredevil, or Daredevil, she was a Daredevil at one point.
Sure.
Lady Devil.
Sure.
Yeah, because Matt Murdock became, I don't know, Dr. Octopus or some shit. I don't know. Really
That'd actually be great if he did.
Yeah, I know. It'd be kind of cool. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if he was just in a still red costume. He had red arms. He was like, ah.
Nice.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's going to be it for this week's show. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on whatever.
On all the places. You can find us on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever. You can email us at worstcollectionever@gmail.com. And then you can also find us on YouTube at Angry Hero 79. That's my channel. And on that channel, you'll find a ongoing playlist of all the episodes that we've been releasing in past episodes as well. I don't think all the episodes are up there. It's kind of weird the way that it's imported.
Sure.
I'll have to figure out how to work around that and see if that is. But if you want to go in there and check it out, we would definitely appreciate that, because, you know, it's it's another way to listen to the show, and a lot of people listen to podcasts on YouTube. So that's
and don't worry, it's not video, so you don't have to look at our faces.
It's not video, but you know, I think who knows? I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of video content.
Maybe one day we'd have to I gotta set something up.
We talked about this before, because we've talked about like maybe doing guests, maybe doing a thing, you and I mean, you could do it like on StreamYard or something. It's just, but we're in different locations, we're on the video online instead, maybe stream it live that way. So that might be things I don't know. There's just things to do just to make things more, engaging. So we'll see. I don't know. We're just kind of spitballing here. So, but anyways, this has been a lot of fun talking about Daredevil. I don't know what we're going to do next week. Do you have any suggestions?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I'd have to actually look at what we have.
I have to look at what we have. I mean, I'm thinking because we did.
What mood am I in?
Well, because we usually kind of alternate between Marvel and DC. Mm-hmm. I'll have to take a look and see if there's something. I don't know where we're headed with this.
Yeah, I don't either.
It'll be exciting because next week you'll tune in and you'll see what we were doing and you'll be like, hey, I'm on board.
Yeah.
So thanks again for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.